Hey heathens, you're listening to the Deadly Faith Podcast where religion and crime collide. I'm Lola.
And I'm Laci.
And this shit is twisted.
The mind that was in Jesus, that mind is in me.
Without me, life has no meaning.
Why would God tell you what I'm thinking and tell you what I've said to my wife or my husband when you're not around? It's because I'm the pastor of the church and I need to know.
This is the only place where you can see truth.
Sorry. This will be the absolute shortest case we have ever covered.
All right. But also, I don't know if I'm going to like it at the end, but I really like the name Shamika. Fuck. Why she got to go ruin it? I really like that name.
Trigger warnings. Rape and sexual abuse of a minor.
Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know why, but those just give me murder. Don't give me...
Give me something softer like murder.
Is that
like
not weird?
axe murder.
Is that weird? It's probably weird, but it's just like, can't handle it. I don't like it.
Okay, so I live in Alabama, you know that. You've been here. But these cases always drag me to Utah. And permanently living in Utah.
It's got a
without my consent
on you.
It's got me up against the wall in a chokehold with a gag in my mouth.
It does.
I've been kidnapped by the state of Utah. Okay.
Are they in Provo?
Yes.
Son of a bitch, how did I know it? I fucking knew it.
Provo, Utah. Welcome back.
Are they Mormons? They're Mormons. They're
Would you like
Mormons.
to guess the religion this time? Again, Mormons.
Chokehold.
So let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Oh, it's probably
I knew
copyrighted.
you'd do that.
Oops,
That's why
sorry.
I paused.
You know me.
So specifically, I guess we should talk about sex education. If you did you get that at school and church?
Not church. No.
To school.
At church, it was like, don't do it. It's a sin.
Okay.
You'll go to hell.
Well, technically, that is sex education. It's just abstinence, right?
Yeah, but that was
it's just
that
not
was
education.
It. At school, we got sex education. Again, it's Texas, so it was not sex education. It was abstinence-only education.
And here's some pictures of STDs.
Oh, do you know how terrified I was?
Oh, God.
That I was going to catch every STD, and the moment a penis looked at me, I was pregnant.
Does a penis look at you with eyeballs?
Yes. Have you seen those hands? They look like little anteaters. Especially if they're uncircumcised. I'm just saying.
If you're not watching, she's making like a snake face with her hand.
I was like
a worm.
Naked little
Okay, well, I hate this. Whatever's happening here, we need to stop.
Okay. Rewind.
So, okay, if you got it at school, it probably wasn't extremely helpful or comfortable or informative, right? You know?
No.
So if you got sex education from a parent or a family member, that was probably super awkward and weird.
It is.
And maybe not super informative too.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably didn't ask a lot of questions.
I have to ask before we keep going. What was your sex education?
Kind of the same as yours. So
Yeah.
I mean, we had oh God. So in the Church of Christ, we had Purity Day.
Oh God. I already don't like it.
So I deleted the video. It used to be on my TikTok, but there was
it involve a ring?
I did get a ring, but my mom bought it for me. It wasn't part of the ceremony.
Okay. Still.
But Purity Day was all about abstinence and saving yourself for marriage and being a princess and purity princesses, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We wore purple shirts. It was a thing. And we wore crowns at the end. Super weird way to tell someone whatever.
Your vagina is special, man.
Oh, yeah. And if you let anyone touch it, you are a crumpled up piece of paper and no one will want you.
Yeah, you can't flatten that piece of paper up again.
Or the base, the broken
petals.
vase. You can put it together, but it's not the same.
Or you lose your petals.
Yes.
And then you're, a damaged flower, your piece of chewed up bubble gum, all of the things.
Literally every example like that, yes.
So I always knew how babies were made from a very early age. Like, I was 5 when I found out how that all happened. And because my older sister, I think, didn't get the sex education. And so she was like, I'm going to take it upon myself. And so when my mom was gone one day, she brought this basket down. I vividly remember. It's like my earliest memory. She brought this basket down. I'm not even sure what was all in it. Might have been even porn. I'm not 100% sure. And she was like, she mapped it out to us. Like, this is how babies are made. And like,
this is literally what happens.
Literally is what happens. And it was not, from what I can remember, it was nothing like sexual or like gross. It was just like, let me inform you this.
Here's the manual
science
of how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, you know, of course, puberty and your hormones are raging. So then we get into like junior high with sex education. And then they're like, you're going to die from every STD.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't have sex. They didn't even teach us condoms. Like, condoms weren't even an option. They were just like, don't even look at one.
They didn't teach us that either. They did teach that on the boys' side.
You know?
So, like,
I don't even think ours got condoms.
In middle school, they, like, taught the boys how to put a condom on a banana.
No, because if I teach you how to put it on a banana, that means you're going to use it, and you're going to take the easy way out instead of just abstinence-only education.
Interesting.
Texas.
Yeah. So, the purity day thing, they had to sign a contract. Like I was saying, I had a video that used to be on my TikTok. It's gone now. But I ripped up my certificate that like said I'm gonna save myself.
You pledged? Yeah, we did. Yeah. We signed ourselves,
and
so we signed
our like
pledges.
Parents had to like
purity pledges. Yeah,
witness it or something, and like it was the whole thing. So yeah, and my mom gave me a purity ring.
Did you only ever sign one?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I signed so many.
Oh God,
so many. Every time we had a conference or anything that people had purity pledges, I would like re-pledge myself.
I only did the once, so mine doesn't count.
I think I canceled them all out. I don't think they worked.
So yeah, as I was saying, I think if you're a parent like that wants to inform their child, it's important to like talk about talk with the appropriate intentions, you know?
Yeah.
To keep them, like, informed and safe and talk about consent and, like, you know, just, like, those big overarching themes when it comes to sexual relationships and navigating that as they're growing up.
And it can start very early on. Like, I would even say my smallest children have some kind of sex education. They know
it doesn't have to be explicit and like every single part of what goes on with it. It can just be like, these are the places that like no one is supposed to touch except for you.
Yeah.
You know,
and anatomically.
And call them what they're called.
Yes, we call them by their
vulva, a
names.
Vagina, a penis, a scrotum, like
everything. They know daddy has a different anatomical private part than mommy and all of us do. And they ask questions that are just very like childlike, innocent questions. Like, they know I have hair that grows down there, and they're like, one day they're like, does dad have hair on his penis? I was like, yes, people grow hair on their penis. Just like, they were like, whoa, you know. So like, just and like we see a urinal, and they're like, what is that? And I'm like, well, boys use that to pee in. She's like, dad sits on that thing. Well, no, honey, because like our anatomically, you know, our body parts are different. So
hey, I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah, because they didn't know. That was before they knew that daddy had something different. And they were very, very, very young. So we just answer them in an age appropriate way. If it gets to a point where it's like you're not ready for that, we just say, you'll learn that when you're older. They do not understand how babies are made, minus my oldest. My oldest knows. She's learned that now. We've had that conversation. But it's always been a conversation that we've had since they were very little to try to normalize it. Is it still awkward conversations? Sure. Especially when, like, with my, 10-year-old, we've had some conversations where it's like, oh, okay. And she's like, Mom, but it's like, I'd rather it come from me than your friends, kind of thing. But
and it's okay to talk about that with mom. It's okay to talk about that. Like,
yes.
Like, that's a big thing, because whenever the time does come, and she has even more questions or concerns.
I want to be safe, a safe person. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the big themes are safety and consent, right? So,
yes.
And you can't teach them everything. We've established this.
Absolutely not.
You're not supposed to teach them everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
that would be so weird.
And that's where this story gets bad and disgusting.
Oh, no.
And traumatizing. And this is what sex education never should be. Okay?
I don't like this. I know where this is going, and I don't like it. I want off this train. Where's the next stop?
I'm sorry. I have to keep going. I have to honk, honk, moving. Trains don't honk. Yes, they do. Whatever.
Toot, toot.
Toot, toot. Okay, so John Lee Hayes was born in 1989 to Jane and Gary Hayes. And this is according to his Facebook. He was a software engineer at Prestige Financial Services. Also, based off of his profile, I found that he is a Trump supporter, sporting a photo from 2020 on his Facebook of him holding a dead buck with the Trump-Pence 2020 border frame.
Color me shocked.
Shamika. I can't say her middle name. Zakwa?
Shamika Zakwa. Okay, Hayes? If her name is Shamika Zakwa, like, come on. That's a cool name.
I guess.
I don't think I'm not going to like
I think
you, but
that was her maiden name. I'm not sure. I can't really say it, but Shamika Hayes was born in 1985. According to her Facebook, she was a super dedicated Mormon mom. Wonder if that's going to come back to haunt us. She was also working at a boys' juvenile detention center.
Okay.
Jon and Shamika met in 2007, and they married in 2009. Their Shamika's oldest biological daughter is hers, not Jon's.
Okay.
Jon is this child's stepfather, but he married Shamika when she was pregnant with this child.
Okay.
I don't have her name, so I'm not going to use it.
Okay.
None of the kids' names. I don't have any of them. They're not listed anywhere.
That's all right. We don't need them.
Yeah.
Child one.
So, like I said, he married Shamika when she was pregnant with the eldest daughter. So that's pretty much the only dad she's ever known. It's more like, this is my dad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They have 4 other children together.
Okay.
So, together.
5 total. 4 biological.
One day, Jon and Shamika find their 14-year-old daughter's Snapchat logs, and they see some sexual conversations. This is alleged because I haven't seen any of this.
Okay.
With these Snapchat logs or anything, I'm sure they can't even put that out to the public because, like, it's a minor's communication.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, they said that they saw some sexual conversations and nudes being sent between her and some strangers online. I don't know if they mean strangers like she literally does not know them.
Okay.
Or if it's people her age that they just don't know.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure of that. But she's talking to people. And as far as we know, there were no plans talked about in the logs to meet up.
Okay.
To actually engage in any, like, intercourse or sexual acts.
Okay.
So they confront her that they know about this information, and they're like, you can't be talking to strangers. This is unsafe. Like, you can't be doing that. Okay. So they were like, oh my God, I feel sick.
I was just going to say, my stomach hurts because I have a feeling I know where this is all going.
So they proposed to her that they should have sexual experiences together so that she learns from them and not a stranger. I'm not making this up.
No. No.
You can't make this up.
No. That's incest.
They then got her sex toys. They bought sex toys and they... Laci's going to lose an eye.
What? I'm sorry.
I know what's coming and I'm still upset.
What fucking sex toys does a 14-year-old fucking person need? What? What? Start with your hand, okay? And you don't need your...
Literally.
Google it.
No, but they shouldn't be involved in any
None
of this, though. You know, for any, like, masturbation things, they should not be included in. It should be her own exploration of her body. But they got her sex toys and showed her how to use them on them.
No. I don't like this.
And herself.
I don't like this.
I
She's 14.
shouldn't have eaten
She's
before
14. The only sex toy she should have
14.
is her shower head, okay?
I didn't know about that until I was older.
Oh,
like
I knew
22, by the way.
I knew that.
Well, lucky you. No, I'm sorry. So,
oh my God.
We're not trying to make light of this. We're both very
I'm uncomfortable. That's why I'm laughing. My stomach hurts.
This is really serious. What happened to this child? Because that's what she is. She's a child. So they taught her how to use those sex toys on themselves and herself, and they had sex in front of her, and they also both raped her for the purpose of learning. And no one would have ever known about this, too. No one would have known had she not found the courage at 15 years old to speak up.
Oh, God.
So 1.5 years of this constant rape. Abuse. Constant.
I'm sorry. What? Constant?
Yeah.
You're
going to hate this guy.
if
you don't hate him.
I hate both
already.
of them because Jon and Shamika are doing this to her.
Both of them, yeah.
You're not trying to just teach her, which already way fucked up and like, excuse me, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You're continuing to do it? I'm sorry, that is the first way to fuck up a child's sexual exploration.
Yeah. Yeah. I worry for this child. Not because I don't think that she will, like, have the knowledge one day to be able to, like, sit with this and, like, know truth from lies, but, like, I don't know. Ugh. I feel so bad that this was her first experience, like, firsthand.
Jesus, fucked up.
With sexual exploration. So, yeah. Horrific that she was raped. So, like I said, 1.5 years of this happening before she finds the courage to call police. So in March of 2024, Provo police officers responded to a phone call from her where she says that her stepfather had been raping her. She told them that her mom knew about the abuse and did nothing to protect her. So the police get there. Immediately, they detain both parents for interview. And they start asking them, like, are these claims true? And they admitted to everything.
Well, okay, thank you.
Everything.
But
so
the fuck?
Jon says, oh, well, I didn't ever actually have intercourse with her because I would never actually put it all the way in, and I wore a condom.
The logic, not there.
It's not in the room with us. I'll tell you that. The logic's not in the room with us. So Shamika says, no, he actually did. And she says that she performed oral sex on her own daughter. I know. Disgusting.
How do these two people find each other? What?
Good question.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Not a drag queen. Had to say it.
And they're both white. White Mormons.
Shamika's a white woman?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay, Shamika. I gotta look up pictures of these fuckers.
So they both readily admit to everything. And Jon actually included that he raped her the night before the police showed up, too. So he had, like, literally just done it. And then he also said that he had been showering with her.
That's not... No. You just disguised this as sex education to get your rocks off. Like, you're a pedophile. You're a full-blown raging pedophile.
Both
and
of
I
them,
hope you get a broomstick up your ass in prison.
Oh my. Yeah.
So no, I don't take that back.
They told police that they believed it was better that she learned sex from them than strangers online, and Jon and Shamika were arrested for forcible sodomy, sexual abuse, and rape. And Jon has additional charges based off of rape. Allegedly with one of the other children in the home. I don't know any more information besides that.
This is disgusting.
And I have no other information on anything with the other kids. It's now the middle of 2025.
Yeah.
And the couple are in Utah County Jail without bail. All of their kids were sent to foster homes. I don't know if the kids are together. I don't know.
And that's traumatic all in itself. Like, are they in a good foster home? We don't know.
And what did these other kids see? Did they hear and see their sister being raped? You know? Like, did they have to watch for sex education? Did they have to watch this happen? I don't know. Like, I've got lots of questions here. And so the couple was part of an LDS church in Provo. It's just called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So I don't know if I explained this before, but like with the LDS churches, they don't have, so like near you, there may be First Baptist Church of whatever, Tennessee, or there's like markers of like a city, and then it'll say like the type of church it is, so Baptist Church, or Presbyterian, whatever. They'll have different names, or like Grace Point, Christ Way, I don't know, just different names. But with LDS churches, they're all called the same thing. They'll just happen to like be placed in different cities.
Yes.
So they're called wards.
Yes.
So like an LDS
ward. Yes.
So, I feel like I haven't communicated that in the past with our listeners. So just to give you more clarity, when I say they're part of the LDS church, I don't have a specific name to give you. It's just the one that's in the Provo area. And I did attempt to contact them several times to get a statement.
Yeah.
And to get information on what they are like gonna do with this information.
Yeah.
So,
are you helping the family? Like,
are you like helping the kids? Are you like putting together something to help the kids out?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Did you see this coming? Did you know it was happening? Several questions.
Yeah.
So when this all started to surface, the church was extremely quiet. And is it the church's responsibility to talk about it or even acknowledge it? Yes,
absolutely.
It is.
We talked about this in the Matthew Lee Miller case, Matthew Lee Richards or Miller or whatever his name was. When
Richards,
he tries to literally murder his entire family, and the church came out like, "Whoa, we're shocked. Our hearts go out to the family, and we are going to stand by them during this." And they did like a fundraiser for the family. They offered like counseling services for not only the family but the like people who may be affected by it within the church. Like, if they came out right away, yes, it's your job. Yes,
it's literally the point of the church.
It's your job,
is it not?
Yeah,
to like support each other and like get each other through the difficult things in life. So if you claim to be a spiritual beacon or mentors or peers to people in a congregation, you have the obligation to speak up, especially if you let them near kids too. Like,
yes,
that's an even heavier responsibility when you have children involved.
And what was his job at church? What was he involved in?
Good question. Was he just like, what, was he a regular member? Was he part of leadership? We don't know. But it's not illegal for the church to withhold their thoughts.
No. Just we can
here's
judge them
why.
for it, though. Here's
why. If I went right now to the church up the street, the Catholic church, and I was like, hey, this person's been raping me, they have an obligation under state law to report that.
Even
yes.
Even like if confessionals?
Yes.
I thought there was pastoral privilege.
You can say that, but will it hold up in a court of law? It's been known to like come back and bite some people in the ass.
Okay.
So, in Utah, recently, a law has been passed where clergy members don't have to report child sexual assault confessions or grievances.
Now, my question is here. I got two parts to this question. One, why the fuck is this a law? And two, why is it in Utah? Is it a law because of the Mormon church and this was becoming such a big thing? They were like, oh, we really need to put a stop to this. Not like a stop to the action, but the stop of it getting out. So let's just make it like you don't have to.
I feel like I'm going to bring this full circle for us. So the church is also protected in a case where one of their congregants is convicted of a sex crime that they are not liable, whether they knew about it or not. Utah is the only state in the U.S. that have a law like this, where the clergy are not mandated to report, and this is by HB 432 law, and that they can't be held accountable or liable if any of their congregants have committed a crime that they knew about. It is common for bishops in the LDS church to tell children and anyone really that's been abused, but mainly children, to simply forgive and forget the abuser and the abuse. So the couple was booked on March 7th of 2024. That law that protects the church was passed on March 24th, 2024.
That's insane.
And it's important to note that a lot of different LDS wards, like in Utah, have been facing lawsuits for sex crimes that have been building over the last year. Because former members are coming forward now and they're like wanting to press charges against people in leadership, people that still attend LDS churches near children. And it's mostly for sex crimes and just not protecting their congregation from predators. I want to say that almost no media is covering this because it was extremely hard for me to find any information on all of this. I had to do some major digging.
On this case specifically? This is fucked up.
A couple of newspapers in Utah did cover this. A couple of news outlets did cover this, but this wasn't like a nationwide thing. It wasn't a statewide thing. This should have gone a lot bigger for how frequent the case is. Like, it just happened, first of all.
Yeah.
And this is such a heinous crime against a child.
Heinous.
It should be talked about. Like, this is crazy. You don't have to put out their names.
No, absolutely not.
But you need to talk about it. So
this needs to get really far out there because it needs to get back to the other prisoners because this guy better be fucking in jail. You better tell me this motherfucker's in jail.
Yeah, they're in jail.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
They're being held without bail currently.
Thank you.
I don't know about a court date.
For fucking once they did it right. They didn't give him bail. Thank you. So much.
I did try to look up the family members. Shamika's stuff is like locked. It's really hard to find anyone that's associated with her. Jon, I was able to find like some family, but his mom is dead. And I tried to reach out to Dad, but he doesn't seem to be active on socials.
Okay.
So, oh, here's where this comes full circle. Remember that we have deep LDS roots in Utah. We already know this. But especially with the church trying to be their own judge, jury, and executioner and reporter. Because remember, when they first were like fucking around doing sexually deviant things, especially with like polygamy.
Yeah, back in the day.
The federal representatives from New York, was it New York?
Or Washington?
I think it was. I don't remember. But they were coming all the way across the U.S. and they were like they were like, hey guys, we need to have some talks here because you're putting people in power that are high up in the church, and they're mixing law with
religion,
and that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. And they were like, fuck off, leave us alone. Like, we're a lawless land, pretty much. Like, Utah is wild. So there's also another law in Utah that prevents media from releasing names of the abusers that are members of the church. So we've got lots of laws in place that are specifically protecting abusers in the LDS church. So this is why this is all full circle. It's like, you did it back then, you do it today. So don't say that you're progressive and that you've changed, that you've spoken out against it. Like, you can't say that when you silently pass laws in the background that protect you and abusers.
Yeah. This is because I did look it up. Like, yes, clergy privilege, I can't talk tonight, is a thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to cases of like child abuse or like crimes like that, then there's exceptions. So the fact that they had to make a specific law, like, you don't have to, I'm so sorry that child was abused. You don't have to say anything though. The fuck?
Doesn't seem very sorry to me.
I hate it here.
Also, why didn't I wait to cover this until more information was out? I gave them 1.5 years. I really thought a court date would be set by now, or that some other media outlets would pick up stuff, or that other public records would be shared. That I just don't have anything.
Nothing.
So I'm hoping that more is going to come out. And like I said, I was unable to get a statement from any family or from the church. I did call the church multiple times, and I was unable to get anyone that would speak to me about this. If you have any info on this family or anything that's going on with this case, please email us, DeadlyFaithPodcast@gmail.com.
Also, I had to ask, like, you called their actual church?
Oh, yes,
and
I did.
Answered?
I called every church in the Provo area.
And what did they say? Or just like, we can't talk about it? Or like, no.
We're unfamiliar with that. We have no statement at this time. When asked to like speak to someone in a higher position, it was just like, we're not unable to do that. So.
Wow.
Or sometimes they just wouldn't answer the phone at all.
Right.
So.
I am disgusted.
If you are listening and you're part of one of these LDS wards in or around Provo, Utah, and you're against this, I would highly advise you to put out a statement and to start putting together a plan to help the children affected and to take self-inventory of the church body and ensure that no parts of it are sick. No parts of it are full of, pedophiles and abusers and predators. Because if you really care about following Jesus, you'll remember where he says a lot about protecting the little children. So just don't forget that. If you're going to hold these values true, you better hold them tight.
And I'm not saying that the church could have done anything to prevent this, okay? They didn't know. I will play devil's advocate. They didn't know.
Okay.
But the moment this comes out, you make a fucking statement.
You do something.
At least the ward that they are members of. Like, you make a statement. Because I tell you, I saw a picture of this family. You would have never suspected this. When I tell you they look like the typical American family.
They look well put together for the most part. They look like just a normal middle class family.
Not like they don't look like they have riches, but they don't look like they're struggling. Like they an average American family. You would not guess it. That's why anything that comes out on somebody when they're like, so and so did a crime,
they would never.
I know them, and you don't know shit. You don't know fucking shit. If it came out tomorrow that the Pope had somebody locked up in his basement, I wouldn't be shocked. Why? Because you don't know shit about shit when it comes to people and their crimes. And that is probably the one thing that makes me so mad, especially when it's cases of abuse, like sexual abuse against a minor, because people will play that card of like, oh, I know that person. They would never. You don't know. You don't know.
You know, I wish that we would just believe women, and I wish that we would also just believe children.
Believe children. And I'm so fucking glad that this was taken serious from the jump. And I am so glad that they immediately went like, yeah, I raped her. Thank you for being honest? Question mark?
That's all I can thank you for.
Can't. Okay. That doesn't compute to me, because how many times have we done cases where they're like, no, I didn't, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, but it wasn't. I'm sorry. I know I'm laughing, but like the stupidity cannot get through my brain of like, but I didn't rape her because I didn't stick it in all the way. And I used a condom. That's like saying, I didn't kidnap her. I only held her against her will for an hour.
Make it make sense. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. So
I can't.
I know I started this out with like purity culture and stuff. And like sex education and everything. Just circling back to that, make sure it's appropriate, make sure it's clinical, and safety as always. I don't think I have to tell any parents not to rape their kids, but please don't rape your kids. Please don't do that.
I
put yourself in a hospital if you feel like doing that. Seriously, like, call someone. You need some help. Like, I'm not saying that as a joke. You actually need help.
There was somebody, it was a video on YouTube, and this guy was like, YouTube or TikTok or is a small, I don't know, I can't remember. And it was like, this guy was in the hospital, and it was in a shared room, and this other guy was with him, and he was much, much older man, like on death's door, right? Kind of thing. He was really sick. He had cancer or something. And the guy asked him, like, they were in conversation, and then the guy asked him, like, what was your biggest accomplishment in your life? Like, now that you're at the end and like looking back. And he said, I never sexually abused a child. And the guy was like taken aback, like, what the fuck? And he said, I have always been sexually attracted to minors, and I fought it my entire life, and I never once put my hands on a child and sexually abused them. And I was like, whoa.
What a perspective.
What a fucking perspective. Like, because we always talk about, like, you didn't choose to be gay. Like, do you not choose to be?
Like, are you just born with something, like,
something fucked up in your head?
In your brain? Yeah. Not to say being gay is a fucked up thing in your brain.
But
it's not the same like that.
No.
Man.
But, yeah. So it just made me think, like, wow.
That's why.
But, like, yeah, okay, that sucks. Sorry. But you also, like, you can't hurt people. So, you know?
Yeah.
Just like if you were born with a desire to kill people, like, you're psychotic, you know? Like, I don't know. The whole thing. I'm shooketh. And I'm grossed out. And I cannot believe this does not have more coverage. I cannot believe we have not heard more about this.
I had to go dig through. There's a couple of TikToks out there. There's one YouTube video that's very short that talks about it. Facebook, there's a couple of posts. Instagram, there's a couple of posts. But, like, I've been through every single thing, every single news article online, everything. With most cases, I don't have to go that deep to find stuff. And I normally don't even have to, like, use a whole bunch of different sources, you know?
There's got to be more. There's got to be more. Because you don't just wake up one day and be like, oh, my daughter sent a sexually explicit picture on Snapchat, so I'm going to
I need to know
her.
more about both of them, like, their pasts.
Yeah.
I need to know more about this girl's, like, experience with her parents before this.
I hope they're investigating more.
I need to know where her biological father is and if he is, like, a factor in any of this. I
have so many questions.
So many questions.
Yep.
So hopefully more will come out, and we'll be able to, like, kind of put the pieces together and possibly prevent something like this from happening again in the future. But, like, again, a lot of it is probably being censored because of Utah laws and because of the church's influence over Utah media. And so I just have a sneaking suspicion that if they change a law that quick to protect their asses, they would probably try to hide it from the media. They would probably try to hide the type of influence and responsibility that they have in a situation like this.
Yeah. The fact that they just like straight out confessed, like, still blows my mind. But the fact that they straight out confessed, I think what will happen is they will have a plea deal. And they will take it because they've already confessed. I don't see a trial
to go
happening.
To trial.
Yeah, because they would have to put the 14-year-old on the stand, and that would be so traumatizing.
Would they have to, though? Would they have to?
Yeah, they would have to.
That sucks.
Unfortunately. Okay, I say yes, but they have their confession, and so it depends on the prosecution. So if the prosecution wanted to, they could use the police that they confessed to as a witness, and that would be a lot easier. But if they want to just like have an open and shut case, and a lot of times what they'll do is they'll want, if it is, a trial where like they're going to be found guilty or not guilty, they will have the victim take the stand, and they want the victim to take a stand because it will be more influential to the jury and it will have more impact. Sense. And so unfortunately, it's
all a fucking game.
Yeah, it really fucking is, and it pisses me off. Like, it's literally a game of like who can be manipulative enough to the jury to like pull on their heartstrings, or who can create a
who
story
can make it
enough.
More believable. Yeah,
who can act in such a way that is like more convincing. It's really fucked up.
Now I see why they're like politicians and lawyers make great actors. Anyway, so that's it for this case. I'm really sorry about the content because it's horrible, but we have to talk about it, and we can't forget this case. We can't just let it slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
I don't have to know the name of the victim to know that she's important, and this could be happening. This probably is happening to other families, to other kids out there. So like, we still need to talk about it, as horrible as it is. And should this person ever hear this podcast one day, you may never. But I'm so sorry that this happened to you. And I hope that you're okay. And if we can do anything to support you, don't be afraid to reach out to us.
Yeah.
So
I just want to hug you. Like, that's so fucked up what you've been through.
I'm not going to cry. I'm okay.
It's so fucked up.
Her own mom and dad.
That, like, okay, biological or not, like, what the fuck ever. That's all she's ever known. That's her fucking dad.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is the guys that it was at, like, doing it to teach you. It is a level of ick, and I don't understand why it is so much to me like that. Like, but it is. And I don't have words.
Because it takes something that's a normal concept to, like, learn about sex education and to learn about your body, and it completely twists and warps it in your brain and body.
Yeah.
Like, your body cues are different after that, after you've been molested or raped, especially by a family member. Like, nothing's the same anymore.
After I was assaulted as a young child, none of my family knew that it happened. They didn't find out till I was 30. Yeah. Anytime, like, I would, like, sit by my dad, or he would, like, put his hand over and, like, pat my leg, like, it wasn't, like, high up, like, just pat my thigh. Instant freeze. Made me feel so uncomfortable. But it wasn't him that I didn't feel safe around.
It's not him. It's just your whole...
Absolutely. I felt safe around him all the time, but it was a trigger. Yeah. And I would just feel so uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I just fucking... I can't. I fucking can't with this. I'm taking a sleeping pill tonight.
I know. It's going to be hard to sit with this, but we're here for that person. Fuck those guys. Anyway.
Fuck them. I hope jail. I hope prison is a fucking nightmare.
I'm sure it will be that.
I hope it's a fucking nightmare for you. And I hope you never sleep. I hope you always have to sleep with one eye open. And I hope your pillow is never cold. And I hope you stub your toe every fucking day getting out of bed.
Not the hot pillow.
And I hope you hog every goddamn toilet and it backs up every time you take a dump. And I hope you have a toothache that just never goes away and doctors can't fix it. And I hope you have gas, painful gas. I hope all the bad things for them.
And I'm sure that will all come to fruition.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to put us on a better route out.
Take a hard right turn out of this and into our palate cleansers. Because good fucking God. Woo! I have one that is actually a really good one. Do you want me to go first? Okay.
Yes.
This is so exciting. And I know I talk about these people all the time on the podcast, but it's because I love them and I aspire to be like them. We do. So Kendall Ray, one of my favorite true crimers, content creators. Like we've said in the past, she has a company called Mile Higher Media. They also have Mile Higher Mile Higher Hope Higher Hope Foundation.
Higher Hope.
Okay. So this has been in the works for months and they just let us know that this is happening and I just could not be more excited. They have been able to fund a dog training, a dog sniffing. This is insane. It actually goes with the case today. So a dog training for a sniffer dog who is able to be trained to detect SD cards.
What?
Yes. So very small SD cards or chips or all that stuff. Because a lot of times when something has child pornography or CSAM on it.
Yeah.
CSAM. That's what it's called now, not child pornography. But CSAM on it, they can be hard to find and locate. So the dogs are specifically trained in order to sniff out the glue in these tiny little chips that are holding all the pieces together. No. Okay? So
That's
fucking
insane.
cool.
I'm obsessed with this.
It's very
That's
expensive to train these dogs. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
They have been able to fund, because Colorado, they live in Colorado. Colorado doesn't have one of these dogs. Not every state has one because it's so expensive. But they were able to fund for Colorado to get one of these dogs. So in like a month or two, they'll find out because they don't know if their dog that they're getting for Colorado is a girl or a boy. Because what they do is they go through the training as like a group of dogs. And then the Colorado handler that gets their dog, they match whatever dog, their personality with the handler's personality. They do like a little meet cute, little match make and test out which dog's going to be with which handler. So they don't know which dog it's going to be. So they don't know if it's a girl or a boy. By the time this comes out, they'll most likely have already found out. So they've gotten names right now that their listeners are voting on. But they'll get to go meet the dog. And I'm like, they were able to pay for all of that.
That's awesome.
I love getting updates from their foundation.
Incredible.
I just love what they're doing. They're so cool.
I like that also kind of links back to this case a little bit.
It does.
That's cool.
It does.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, mine is from the Good News Network.
Gotta love them.
A rare wild baby horse is adopted by a domestic pony that just lost her own foal.
No.
So this is at the Minnesota Zoo. Alice lost her own offspring and decided to put Merritt, the months-old Przewalski horse foal, between her heart and hooves. That's what it says. So, born on May 17th at the Minnesota Zoo, the male foal is a result of decades-long commitment to saving the endangered Przewalski horse, which over the last 15 years, they've like actually kind of taken. They've been taken, I think, kind of off the endangered species. My sister used to be obsessed with Przewalskis. We actually went all the way to Ohio one year to see some Przewalski horses because she was horse girl.
She was
a horse, and she thought they were so
she looked like she would be a horse
and
girl.
Lovely. She drew them all the time. She talked about them. She read about them. Oh my gosh, she loved them. So yeah. Alice is a gentle pony of the Americas. And she just lost her newborn, and around the same time, so she still had her milk supply too.
Yeah.
Around the same time that Merritt was born, so she was able to feed Merritt, and so that's her adopted baby now.
Adopted baby, I love that.
How beautiful is that?
Okay, is it full or is it foul?
Full.
I've always said foul.
FOAL, full.
Oh, I was thinking FOUL.
No, that's like a foul ball.
Yeah.
That's different. This is not a sports podcast. I think you're in the wrong podcast.
I'm so sorry. I'm dyslexic.
Somebody tap Laci.
I'm dyslexic, so I will play that card.
Well, what a nice way to end it. I'll still be looking for updates on this case. Yeah. Should anything like substantial come out, we'll put updates on our social media about it.
Yeah.
And if there's a lot more that comes out, then I might do a part 2 of this in the future.
I love that.
So I'm just going to wait it out. But like I said, if you guys have any information on this, feel free to email us at DeadlyFaithPodcast@gmail. Yeah.
Yes. DeadlyFaithPodcast@gmail.com.
I was like, we don't have a website. Anyway, working on that. But with that, guys, please stay safe, stay skeptical,
and steer clear of the cultish carousel. Bye.
Bye.
Also, heathens, if you're enjoying the show so far, always remember to like, subscribe, do all the things because we love you and you love us, okay? Now, Deadly Faith is brought to you by Laci Bean and Lola Robbins and audio engineered by Eric Howell. Thanks for listening.